Okay. So I got it now. So let me go to. I don't have to pay attention to this. I can go to YouTube's
YouTube.
and I should
Can you
see.
hear me clear? Like, am I good? Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I see you. It's going back and forth though. Why is it going back and forth?
What you mean going back and
Oh,
forth?
hold on. It's. I'm watching what I just did. Okay. All right. So I just need to go to the Discord screen, and we're good to go. You ready?
Dope. See, of course I'm ready, man. Let's get it, baby.
One more thing. Hold on. I just gotta get my phone up.
So is there
Technology.
like, is there somebody that's gonna be like mining the chat and stuff, or
Yeah,
will I
me.
be
I
able to
mind the
see it?
chat.
Or so you got everything? All right, cool.
Yeah, because the way I'm doing right now, I could also I could go half screen and all that stuff, but it don't matter. Oh, hold on. Let me mute
Yo,
this.
I'm about to say I hear the echo and
Yeah,
everything.
I'm
I
gonna
hear
mute that.
everything.
I just wanted to make sure the audio was coming through. Okay, good. All right, ready?
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to Video Game Warzone number 399. Y'all didn't know this was coming. This was originally going to be a morning gamer, and then I thought about it. And the very first shows we did way back in what, 2008? The very first
Yep.
Warzones we did were just me and Hip Hop Gamer. We did
Facts.
the Metal Gear Solid show. You remember that?
Yep.
And,
Facts,
and
man. Classic.
this whole show was started because when I brought Hip Hop Gamer on the Bit Bag, we got into a conversation one day. And it was like
Yep.
an hour and a half, just talking about video games. And at the end of the conversation, we're like, oh, man, that would have been a dope podcast, right?
Facts. Yep. Yep.
Let's do it. Let's make it a podcast where me and you go at it for like an hour and a half. And that started the whole Warzone thing. It was just me and him. Then I started bringing people in, and then I let the whole world in. So that's how it got started. Pretty
It's
cool,
the
huh?
war zone. Get your game on. You know,
Yeah.
everybody. This is
So this is episode 399, and this is a great way to do 399 because I got Hip Hop Gamers full attention for an hour.
I told you I was gonna, make time for you, man. You know what
Now,
I'm saying? So, I'm here, man. You know I
so
love you, bro.
here's the deal. So why did I bring Hip Hop Gamer on? What started all this? What was the controversy that made me want to bring him on now before I even did episode 400, which he's coming on episode 400. Everybody's going to come on episode 400.
Yep.
Hip Hop Gamer posted the most controversial video of the year when he talked about the remaster engine. Everybody in their mother copied that fucking video. Okay? Everybody. It was linked. There's sites in Chinese that copy that news that you brought about the remaster engine. So I have questions. Okay? Because there's a lot of people
man.
out there asking questions. Number one question: well, I have that Earth Defense Force hat. I got one of those. Got it at PAX.
Or shout to Scott, man.
Yeah,
Scott
he
Fry,
hooked
man,
me
you know
up.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bro. You know
Yeah.
that's the bro. So, I gotta rock this and support him, you know what I'm saying, from time to time.
All right,
Word up.
so I got questions. So
Let's
a lot
go.
of people are asking, are you going to be able to take a PlayStation 1 disc or a PlayStation 2 disc and stick it in the PlayStation 5 and play it?
Yes.
So it's full 100% backwards compatibility. Now you remember
Hardware backwards compatibility.
the PS2 had it.
Yes.
but it was only like 87% of the games would work for some reason. So now, are they having percentages, or are they saying that this is going to be 100% full?
Hardware full backwards compatibility, man.
And they're not doing. Are they doing digital downloads too, or is it just going to be with the disc?
Everything. It's disc included. It's all options.
Did you say dicks? Man, get
No,
your
I
mind
didn't.
out the
Come
gutter.
on, man.
Why are you thinking
Come
about
on,
that,
what?
man? This
You
is
know
a
what?
family
Come on.
show.
I can't even talk to you.
Dicks, man. Dicks. Is that what you're thinking about?
No, No, that's this Discord program messing up, making things sound wrong. That's what that is. You know I don't like this software. Go ahead.
Okay, so I see. I like your mic there. Is that blue?
Yeah, Blue mic,
Yeah.
Logitech, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You know that's the team, baby.
Wait,
Let's get it.
Logitech owns blue?
Yes.
When did they buy blue?
They brought Blue Mic, they brought Astro, they brought Streamlabs.
How come you haven't sent me anything for review?
No, I'm not in control of that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not in
are.
control of that. No, I'm not in
All
control
right,
of that.
so let's get back to this. So you are now. You have an inside source. Is this inside source a third-party developer? Is it somebody at Sony?
Actually,
Somebody you know on Twitter?
It's more than one. It's
Okay.
more than one source. Cause remember, listen, in the beginning of the video, I told people to pay attention to this. Like in the beginning of the video, I was sitting on this for a while, but I was waiting till I got enough concrete proof to where I felt comfortable enough to like confirm it and say yes. You know, because you gotta understand, like a lot of people in the industry, and they still do it to this day, where they'll say something is a rumor, take it with a grain of salt, but then at the same time want credit if something happens because they was the first ones to talk about it, but they never really like said it was it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody could do that, so that don't make you great. That makes you just like everybody or anybody else that just talk.
Right.
So you know me, I'm the kind of person where I stand by what I say. If I'm wrong about something, yo, do whatever. Bash me in the comments, say whatever you want. But I stand by my stuff, and I've been right a lot. I've been right a lot and enough for it to go viral the way it did, just by me talking about it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm very calculated with what I do, and so I can't give you all the sources. I mean, I could give it to you, but off camera. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can give it to you because you know it's you.
Oh, I don't really care about the source. I'm just asking. You know, I want just for the sake of argument.
Okay, well, it was multiple sources, more than 3.
Okay, and they're calling it the remaster engine.
Well, they didn't call it the remastering engine, but it is the next generation of how backwards compatibility can be done and stuff like that. And it stems from, you know, some of the patents that you see with Mark Cerny's name on it. It stems from that as well. But now I got like concrete, hardcore, like evidence to prove that this is real. Like it's real. Yo, I just can't wait to the reveal, or like whether the reveal or E3. That's when you know, it's guaranteed to be shown, either the reveal or at E3, however they decide to do it.
Happy New Year, Damien.
But I'm very excited about it because it's like, you know what it's like? When backwards compatibility came out with the PS2 to PS1, we already saw little minor signs because they had like the smoothing, so you could eliminate the jaggies to make it run smoother. So that was, you know, everything that I talked about, that was like a little piece, a little minor joint, but you just pop the disc in, it worked. It was like a groundbreaking thing. And when PS3 came out, the big fat PS3s, the, you know, initial ones, you was able to play PS1, PS2, over 13,000 titles. You got all this other stuff, but it didn't handle right.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like you can't copy and paste that feature thinking it's going to work the same way. Like, you know what I mean? And it worked in terms of you put the disc in and play it, but it did. But playing it on the system that it was natively made for worked better than playing it on the PS3 backwards compatible, because it crunched, it squished up the screen, which made it more jaggy. It was a worse experience, even though they still had the backwards compatibility. So then when PS4 came, they was like, let's leave this alone and all this other stuff, because one, when they did their like data seen on the back end, it appeared that, you know, a lot of people didn't use it. So, you know, why put all this energy into it? Let's just focus on fixing what we messed up with the community.
Right.
And that was their main goal, because, you know, PS3, even though they won in the end globally, they got destroyed in America, and that whole joint was a disaster. You know what I'm saying? With sale price, it was a disaster. So, you know, the PS4 came, and that was the opportunity to learn from their lesson to get things back right, and that was their main focus. And obviously, PlayStation Now came through to provide some sort.
So, isn't this backward compatibility? Because they're going to have backward compatibility with PS4, but now if they have hardware backward compatibility with all the other consoles, isn't that going to kill their investment that they put into PS Now?
Nope. It's all right. So here's the thing. and this is what I love about it. It's all option based. So PlayStation Now is there as an option. That's one. But two, from a business standpoint, the whole licensing deals and the way they got to go about just getting games on there, like on the PlayStation Now side of things, why you think Microsoft stopped their program? Because it's a program to try to get that on. It's not like it's a natural thing that if you own the disc, you just pop it in and it just works for everything and that's it. So to eliminate that problem, here's an option for those gamers that still got discs or willing to collect discs, and it's also a potential business move where they could bring those things back out.
But you also mentioned digital downloads. So let's say I wanted to get Siphon Filter. I go to the PS Store and I download the PS1 or PS2, whatever, I think it was PS1 version of Siphon Filter down to my PlayStation 5. And I just play it kind of like what Microsoft's doing now.
Yes, that is all optional. So it's so what I want to tell you is, so the first part of how a lot of this stuff came about was at Michael Packer's party, and this was in 2018, right? So someone that I spoke with, we had a conversation regarding PlayStation Now, right? So if you go back, right, and you look at the PlayStation 4 reveal video in 2013, and they was talking about David Perry was on stage,
right,
and how one of the key things, if you go back and listen, he said that Sony greenlit and is heavily invested in making sure that PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 everything can be everywhere on multiple devices, but can all live on PlayStation 4, because the investment wasn't so much about just having all these games on the PS4, at the time. The investment was in the consumer, so that they can be able to have everything that they want at their fingertips, because that's something that was missing.
Okay.
So at the Michael Packer's party, when I had a conversation with a certain individual and we was talking about it, one of the things I asked him was, yo, so when it comes to PlayStation Now and stuff like that, how is that gonna continue going as a service to grow and do things like that? Because you can't play all the PS3 games,
right?
Like natively, everything is only streamed, so it's not really like the true backwards compatibility that we're looking for and stuff like that.
Right.
And so what I was told was that all of that is optional, but the hardware, like the being able to do it just through the disc, that was always the intention to have that as well. The first step was, let's get backwards compatibility to the best we can on PlayStation 4, so we can't just not have it. You know what I mean? Like, we got to do something. So that was their focus there. But also, if you go to the PlayStation Store and you see how they got PS2 on PS4 and all this other stuff, like, that was always the goal. They just had to find a better way to do it, because Sony spent all that money on Gaikai, so they had to find a way to utilize it correctly. You understand? So that conversation, we talked about that. Now, the way that conversation ended, I said that, well, if you do it disc based, how can you do that? Because the PS1 and PS2 seems more easier to do, but the PS3 with the cell processor, will that ever be a thing and stuff like that? And they were saying, of course it is. Like, all that is, like, a lot of people may think it's so hard to manipulate that, but it's actually not. There's technology, and even if you look at the patents, because the patents was done, I think, in 2016, and some patents was done even before that. But what it is you would create like a CPU, and this one CPU could manipulate other CPUs. And the cool thing about that is, when I had my conversation with AMD, they said the same thing. You could go back and look at my interview with my man Franco from AMD in 2018, because we was talking about the PlayStation 5 wireless VR and all these other things. But off camera, there was other conversations with other representatives from AMD, and they showed me a desktop where they didn't even need a GPU to run the games. The way AMD do their stuff, they can run, like, I was playing Far Cry 5 off a CPU only, no GPU.
Well, the AMD has a hybrid CPU GPU.
No, but what I'm saying is they didn't need like a graphics card, like a Radeon or whatever.
All it is video.
It was the CPU. It was just that. what I'm trying to say is that there wasn't no CPU and then the graphics card like how I got the NVIDIA RTX in my system.
Yeah.
Like I could play the game without that even being in there, and it works like crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what AMD was showing me. So one of the things that I spoke to them about was their like system on a chip. Like, how can that actually happen? And they were saying, yeah, that can be done. You just have to create a chip that will I'm trying to think of the term. It was a technical term that they use that it wasn't mimic, but it was a way where you could manipulate it to make the software think it's on something else. So it doesn't have to
emulation.
But it wasn't emulation through like software. This is something that was technically it's emulation, through hardware if you want to use that word, but that's not the word that they used. And I was trying to remember exactly what they said. But that was like the first part of it back at Michael Packer's party when I had that long conversation with the person. And that's when I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I never heard nobody say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, break it down like that. So I was like, that's interesting, but it wasn't enough. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, that wasn't enough. So that was interesting. So that was the first part. So then I started doing some more research on backwards compatibility, like, period. So I have all the emulators on my PC. I got the PS one, I got the PS2, the PSP, I got C64, I got all these other things on my PC. And I was just checking things out, just seeing how things work for myself, just learning things and stuff like that. And then one thing I picked up on, obviously I can make all my old games look amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could literally take PS2 games and run them in 4K and it looks insane. Like SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, like a brand new game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was even playing The Bouncer, one of the early games on PS2.
Right.
Like I was blown away by what it looked like. I was like, yo,
what's up, sorry? Yeah.
It's like that. So then that led me to think about some other stuff that I didn't ask.
Yeah.
That was said, but I didn't ask.
You didn't kill what? Axe murder? What?
Shut up. So then what happened is so Michael Packer's party was one. Then there was another event. Which event? NVIDIA. So NVIDIA had an event, right? And NVIDIA was putting me on about how they could go back and work on old games and stuff like that and bring them to life. And they were showing me Quake and Minecraft and all these other things and stuff like that. And how they took old water in Minecraft and made it like new water that's you could see through it, the ray tracing and everything. And then I was like, yo, this is crazy. So then I had a few conversations with some of the people at NVIDIA, and I was just picking a brain now. And I was like, since y'all could go back and make games better and stuff like that, like how come y'all don't just do that and stuff like that? And they was like, yo, we can do it, but the companies won't allow us. We can only do it on things that's open source, but we can't do it ourselves. And I was like, okay, I bet. So then I was like, if you could, like, is there anybody that y'all working with though, or have y'all seen like tests on other machines that or can something be created, or like an algorithm where it'll just do that on its own, so that like any game could just be upgraded by like naturally. And when I said that, I made the analogy to how PS4 and PS4 Pro is. If I put God of War in PS4, the base PS4, it's going to play, it's going to perform, it's going to look great. But if I put it in PS4 Pro, it's going to look better, it's going to be better simply because it's on a better system. It's just like with PC. If I try to run
scalability.
Witcher, it's like if I try to run Witcher on like a RTX 2060, in comparison to an RTX 2080 Ti, it's still the same machine, but with a different graphics card, you're going to get more out of it. It's just simple. So I was like, okay, I got this. So I'm starting to connect some dots here. So then I had another conversation with someone, and this is when I was recently on Cheddar Esports, because I was talking about the haptic technology in the PlayStation 5 controller, because even though I think it was Wired or WCF Tech that did they got a chance to around with the PlayStation 5 controller or whatever and see what the haptic technology was like, with the feeling of the mud and everything. I did that back in 2018. It was the same technology. Like if there's like you could hold ice in your hand and it feel like ice, or you could be next to a flame and it feels like that. And they already had it running in Skyrim. So I had a deeper conversation, related to that in terms of the engines and everything on the PlayStation 5 controller.
Mm-hmm.
And then that led into the same conversation about backwards compatibility. Now, within this conversation, that's when things started to become a little clearer. The reason why things became a little clearer is because they already talked, because they were saying that they was most excited about PlayStation 5 because they'll be able to go back to the old games and do this type of technology, and that's gonna be a great experience. And I was like, how they gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna do that?
Right.
And that's when they was like, well, hip hop, like backwards compatibility, that's a big thing. And this was before Jim Ryan had said it, because I'm going to that next.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, backwards compatibility, that's gonna be a big thing. So when he said that, I was like, yo, so are you saying that PlayStation 5 is gonna be backwards compatible like across the board? It's like, yeah, like we work on this stuff. Like look, check this out. And he was showing me stuff, and I was like, yo, oh my God, that's crazy.
And they're not going to run into any problems with that? I mean...
But listen.
Okay,
listen.
go ahead.
That still wasn't enough for me, though. That still wasn't enough for me, but it was a lot. It was a lot, but it wasn't enough. So then Jim Ryan comes out and makes a crazy statement. And Jim Ryan was like, yo, one of the most important things that we are doing with PlayStation 5 is making sure we can make the transition from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 as fast as possible. And the best way to do that is backwards compatibility. In terms of when you get a PS5, you're not missing or losing out on anything on PS4.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, that's like, a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer, right? So then when he said that, based on all the other information that I've been collecting, I was like, hold up, there's more to this than just that. There's more to this than just that. So then that led me to something else. And this right here was like the killer for me. So a couple of people that I know from the marketing side of PlayStation and stuff like that was like, they have like this, because I'm not sure if you know, but the marketing team that created the greatness await slogan and did all that
they got
other
fired.
Stuff, they're not there no more. The team that's there now, I could be wrong on the name, but I think the initials was BHH or something like that. But I know that there's obviously a new team, and the new team has a PlayStation legacy marketing thing, and within the marketing, it's literally PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Now, I didn't hear anything about Vita or PSP. That's why I didn't say it.
Right.
But it could be there too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know that part.
Well, here's my thing. I have a few questions.
All right, go ahead.
So, how sure are you that this is actually going to happen?
100% sure.
Not 101, not 102.
No, 100% sure. I told you I'm standing by this officially.
Okay, because if day one when this PS5 come out, if it don't have backward compatibility, they don't announce it, man, we're going to have to put you in a bomb shelter. Because I'm telling you right now, the biggest news of the year, Chinese sites are quoting you. Chinese.
I know.
Remaster engine. I've seen it, man. I've seen it. Everybody's talking about this.
Yeah, I know, but here's what I want to tell you, though.
Okay.
Here's what I want to tell you. And you know this because you put me onto this, and I learned a lot more along the way.
Yeah.
So I broke stories before that I wasn't supposed to. And I didn't leak out no sources or nothing, but what happened is internally people knew who leaked it to me.
Right.
And
What's up, Renee?
Because I said it, even though I didn't say no names, the fact that I said it, I got certain people in trouble. And I was like, yo, that's the worst feeling. Like, because that's never the intention. You know what I'm saying? I'm not messy like that. Like, I don't do that. But I felt real bad. So I said that to say this. I said that to say this. Like, I'm that much more careful and calculated everything I do strategically.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So here's what I can say.
Mm-hmm.
On a story this big, and I'm gonna prove this because this happened before.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you two scenarios,
All
one
right.
recent and one of old.
Right.
So if there's a scenario where everything that's happening right now, if it was not true, they would have been stopped the wildfire on this. You know what I'm saying? They would have been stopped it. They would have been like,
possibly,
nah, this is not true.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, because this is getting too out of hand to the point where people will get disappointed if I say no. So I got nip this in the bud now, so they don't even expect it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Nobody said anything to come out to say that this is bogus, this ain't true.
What's up, Shavers?
And to prove my point,
yeah.
when I was the one that told people that Insomniac Games is going multi-platform and stuff like that. And Ted Price, shout out to Ted Price, that's my guy, I love him to death.
I have to cut you off. I broke that story years ago.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
so
I
like
did.
I said,
I can prove it to you.
Okay, what story? What did you break with the Insomniac thing?
It was when I went to GDC at the Sony's little office area they had. Insomniac gave their presentation on their engineering tools and how their tools work across the board, Xbox 360, PS3, even PC. And I said that Insomniac, because I asked them, does this mean you're going to be going multi-platform? They weren't going to comment on it back then, but I talked about that on the Warzone back then. And I said Insomniac has an engine that works on both consoles and PC, and they will probably go multi-platform one day. What happened? They went multi-platform.
Okay, so let's just get, you know me, we just gonna clear the air.
All right.
Insomniac Games, multi-platform, gamer.
This is why you're number 2, hip hop. And I'm number 1.
So, no. So what I want you to do is I want you to if you can bring up your article. Let's see the date that you published it.
I can't even bring it up because it was on the bit bag. That's how far back it was.
No,
it was.
Trust me, I know. So my thing is hold on a second. I'm trying to find.
I could even give you dates.
Hold on a second. No. Wait. Hold on a second. Hold up. Wait.
I don't know why you arguing with me, man. I was the first one to talk about this in our group. Because everybody, when you weren't there, you weren't even at that GDC. And everybody was in there chilling, drinking beers, and sitting down on comfy couches. And I'm like, yo, Insomniac, does this mean you're going to be making games for Xbox 360 and PC?
No, I'm trying to find, it was this one particular article. It was so long ago. I think it was 2009. But there was this article where people had, like Ted Price was supposedly mad at me and stuff like that.
No,
Ted
that's
Price,
when you said that they were going to show something at Sony's E3 presser. And the world was set on fire, and Ted Price said, "No, that ain't happening." That wasn't 2009. That was like 2012 or something.
You
remember?
No, I remember that, but that's not what I'm talking about.
You got in trouble that day, hip hop. They had to slap your pee-pee.
You taking it a bit too far right now.
Slap that Vienna sausage. We ain't gonna be there, man. Why are you spending false rumors, man? No copy of Resistance 3 for you.
Oh, man. I'm trying to find this.
Ted Price got on your shit, man. He's like, what the fuck's he doing?
And we spoke.
We ain't gonna be there.
But the thing is, what I said about Insomniac going multi-platform was I was right because it was tied to my name, bro.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
You were right, but it was still after it was still after the GDC when I said Insomniac has the tools to make multi-platform games, and they will probably make multi-platform games in the future. I'll never forget it.
Yo, I'ma find this.
I'll find it too. I'll go to the fucking Wayback Machine. But it was.
Yeah.
But I said it on the podcast though. I don't even know if I wrote it. I think I wrote an article about it.
It's so old. It's so fun. But anyway, going back to the point I want to make is if you put something out there
Yeah.
and it's catching too much heat,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna nip it in the bud right there. Because if you don't say nothing, it's like people gonna expect it because you didn't say anything to
You're
stop
making
it.
a very good point.
Yeah, and then another thing is if you do say it's not happening, then people gonna get mad at you because then they be like, why it's not happening?
No, they're gonna get mad at you.
No, you're not understanding my point. No, what I'm saying is if it's not happening, then they would get mad and be like, well, why wouldn't you do that? Because it's such a great idea.
Well, then they got to explain why they can't do it.
Then they got to explain why they won't do it. So here's what I wanted to tell you. So now the next part of all of it, it goes back to the now this part goes back to the patent.
Mm-hmm.
So in the actual patent, the patent is a system because they do got emulation because it's 3 or 4.
I read about that. I think it was last year I read about it.
Yeah, I think it's 3 patents.
Yeah.
And the patents is one of them had a timing mode. And this right here was a dead giveaway because when you use the emulators on, PC or whatever, you have to make sure that the timing is right.
You have to lower the frame rate.
No, you don't lower. No, you don't lower the frame rate.
But you got to understand what I'm saying. Have you ever played an old game on a PC that came out like 6 or 7 years after that game, and there's nothing in the game to control the frame rate? So you take a game that was made. Let's say you take a game that was made in 2000 for PC, way back when. You put it on a PC now, and it's running at 300 frames per second, and you can't even play the game because it's too fast. The developers have to step down the frame rate so it can run on faster computers. I've seen this. It's fucking hilarious.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Because so what I'm saying is, like for example, if you play PCSX2, right?
Yeah.
They got the option to put VSync to lock in a frame rate. You know what I'm saying? They have that option built within the program. And also with because I got an NVIDIA GPU, I can utilize frame rate limiters and stuff like that and set it to the way I want it, and everything is fine. But if I was to put like the emotion engine and I set it to a certain way, or I make it aggressive with hacks and stuff like that, it's not going to run right. Like stuff is going to be green and black and start shimmering on the screen. Like you got to make sure the megahertz, like the way it was developed, runs correctly, and then everything else is just different effects that's added to it. That's the mastering part. So in the actual patent, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I did not see this first. When I put out the video and I said what I said, I saw this particular one afterwards. All right. So when I look back and I saw some articles said remastering too, like remastering tools to make the old games look better, and it like the same like how Xbox is, how I can pop in Red Dead Redemption 1, and that joint is in 4K. It's mind blowing.
But those games have to. But those games on Xbox, those old games, those backward compatible games that look a little better. There's some development put into that for that to happen.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to tell you is there's a chip, a legacy chip that's designed for the PS5 to be able to run the old games on its own just with that one chip alone. It's like an all-in-one. And then within that chip and stuff like that, so you can have it where you can run it in a native way, or you can run it where it takes advantage of the new system's power and capabilities. That's where the remastering come, and it's all driven through algorithms. For example, let's say certain games had ambient occlusion and certain games didn't. Games that did have it, it would read as such and make those qualities better, those effects better, because it can read that it's there. And games that don't got it, it just won't enhance it because that technology isn't even there for it to be enhanced, so you won't see it. And that's what blew me away, because I was like, yo.
Greg says, long live PC, Tor is right. I don't think I'm going to buy another console.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous. So to bring it all around full circle, what really brought it to light was the fact that they actually building marketing campaigns to talk about this.
Right.
And that's when I was like, oh shoot, checkmate.
Were they going to
So,
change
like
it to
said,
greatness goes back?
no, man. Come on, man. No, but what the goal was to be able to have option to utilize remote play, on PC, so you can play your games, stream them from different places and stuff like that.
Like Xbox has.
Yeah. And the option to, if you have the disc, you're not left out. You can be able to do this and stuff like that, and it's fine. And the whole remastering thing, the reason why they went that way is and this right here was another thing, and I already pretty much knew that this was happening, but it was huge to hear it from who I heard it from.
Right.
So remastering games is soon going to be a thing of the past, like going into the next generation.
Yeah.
And remakes is what a lot of people is focused on.
I don't want none of that fucking shit. Make new fucking
like
games. Fucking video game industry is getting like Hollywood now. Let's remaster. Let's remake. Oh yeah, because we ain't got nothing else better to do.
Listen, here's what I would say. Like, when you look at a lot of the remasters, like God of War 3 remastered wasn't really that different. It really didn't need to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain things didn't need to be remastered at all because it really wasn't nothing done that much. And the sales and everything started to reflect that. It was bad. Now, with remakes, like that Resident Evil 2 remake, you could bring that all day. Crash Bandicoot, the way that you could bring that all day because it's significantly different. Like it's like a new game for real.
Right. But to be honest, all I needed was Crash Online. That's all I needed was Crash Online. They didn't have to do all the graphic stuff. That's cool. It's a great bonus, but I just needed the game. I just wanted the game. You know, and I think I don't want to have, like, I'm not investing in these next generation consoles, but if I was a person that did, I don't want this generation to start like this last generation did.
So you mean to tell me you're not going to get any of the new exclusive Sony games that's going to be on PlayStation 5?
Nope.
So you're not going to get Horizon Zero Dawn 2?
No, don't care. Not like, I'm going to tell you something right now.
Taurus, you're a liar.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Right now.
I'm not lying. Let me tell you. I will tell you.
He's lying.
I will tell you, okay? Sony is going to have to make something so fucking unbelievable that when I find out about it, I'm going to have to leave work and go to GameStop or Best Buy or whatever and buy a PlayStation 5 at lunchtime because the game they're making. So there's nothing that even came out this generation that I really had to get an Xbox One or PS4 for. There really isn't.
So you mean to tell me that Ghost of Tsushima don't impress?
That ain't out yet.
Last of Us 2.
Hold on.
Last of Us 2 don't look impressive
hold on. Ghost of Tsushima is going to be on PS4. I have a PS4.
Okay.
So I can get that. I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
All right. So let me ask you this.
But I could do without it.
Did you play God of War?
Yes.
So you not gonna play the next God of War on PS5?
If I don't play the next God of War, if I don't play the next Gears, I don't give a shit. You need to blow my fucking mind, and I've said this before on the show. In order for me to invest in a console that's gonna make a game that's not available on PC, I need a fucking kung fu game that's like the Shaw Brothers movies. You make that game, you got my money. That is the only game that's going to get me to buy a console. That right there. I don't care about racing games. I don't care about their walking simulators, their third-person adventures, first-person shooters, nothing. And everything that's on Xbox, I can get on PC. So I don't need a fucking Xbox either. So,
well, see, now I agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you with that part.
Yeah.
You don't need an Xbox.
Don't need a PlayStation either. None of that. Like people are sitting here crying over Last of Us and crying over God. Oh my God, the game was so beautiful. And I'm like, what? You know, there's nothing that came out this gen. I didn't need anything this gen. I didn't need any of this shit. The game that I played the most this gen.
Right? But you got it, right?
Oh, this gen was fine. Yeah, this gen. I'm all set this gen. No more. I'm all PC after this. You know which game I put the most hours in this gen?
What?
Just Cause 3. On PC. Yes, because that's my game. Just Cause 3. You know, and early on Battlefield 4. And it's like, yeah, I've enjoyed all the games. You know, they're really cool. God of War was fucking cool. It surprised me. But it's not something I have to have.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you want me to give you money to buy another fucking console, you have to come out with something that's so fucking mind-blowing. So fucking mind-blowing that I'm going nuts over it. Like, the whole world stops. There's nothing that's coming out that's dope. Nothing.
So let me ask you this. Even though this is on PC as well.
Yes.
What was your first impressions of Hellblade 2 when you saw it?
I don't have any impressions yet because I really didn't see gameplay.
But they said that was in engine.
Yeah, whatever. An engine don't mean shit. An engine don't mean shit to me. Show me fucking gameplay or don't show me anything. You know that. I don't give a fuck about that. This is all an engine. Who gives a fuck? Show me what's going to be on my screen when I buy the fucking game and there's a controller connected to it. Don't show me some cinematic bullshit with no HUD, no score, no maps, no nothing. Some fucking pre-rendered bullshit that you put out there to blow people away because that's what you do. No, I want to see fucking gameplay. You show me game, and even if they show me gameplay, so fucking what? I can get Hellblade 2. It's going to be available on PC.
No, I know that. No, that wasn't the question. The question was, what was your thoughts just from seeing it?
I was like, my thoughts was, good for you, Microsoft. You're finally doing it. You're finally bringing some games to this. You're finally reaching in your pockets and paying for some really good AAA games. That's Ninja Theory. They're fucking badass. That's the way you start. Okay? Now, they got to keep going. They got to keep bringing that heat, because if they don't, Sony's going to kill them again. Next gen. Sony's got the first party locked down. They got the third party Japan locked down. Microsoft needs to do all that shit too to compete on the same level as Sony in terms of games. So I agree. Microsoft fired their shot. They got to keep going. Don't stop there. You know, don't come at E3 with some bullshit. You know, you're gonna have Halo.
Not this E3.
You're gonna have you're gonna have Halo. You're gonna have another Forza. Okay. I want to see some brand new funky shit that your fucking studios have been working on. Don't bring that same shit you've been bringing for the last fucking 2 generations. Bring something new that's fucking dope. Hellblade 2 is a great start. Great start. Okay.
Respect that.
Yeah.
But going back to the backwards compatibility thing.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things on that, because I spoke a lot on it, obviously, but when you, and this is just for everybody in the chat as well, they're not, nobody or everybody has seen this article. Like, let me explain something to y'all. When I tell you this is the biggest story of the year, it's been the biggest story since the year started. We're in the 8th day.
Move your mic over a little bit.
All right, hold up.
There you go. That's good. Perfect.
You good?
Yeah.
All right, we're in the 8th day of the year.
Yeah.
And this is Lawrence.
Apex.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. You've been in the industry way longer than I have. And
yes, I have.
Brought me under your wing.
Yes.
And stuff like that. You're not gonna see this level of like impact without somebody stepping in from so-called higher ups to slam it down if there was no truth to it, whatever you want to say.
Well, here's the funny thing. And I haven't really looked into it yet, but none of those sites have actually contacted Sony to confirm what you've said. And usually they would have contacted Sony to confirm what Hip Hop Gamer said, and Sony's either going to say no comment, or they're going to say, we really like making games, and blah, 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 greatness awaits, we'll see you next gen, and then keep everybody all fucked up. But you're right. You make a good point. They haven't stopped the flow of news from going. They haven't corrected anybody. They haven't made a statement. So they could be like, oh, the fucking cat's out the bag. Who are we going to fire?
Now I'm gonna say this, right? Here's another thing, because remember I told you I was gonna tell you something of old and I was gonna tell you something of recent.
Okay.
So now of recent, right? I did. Well, there's a couple of things. When I talked about what's the name? Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
And Samurai Showdown. I did an interview with the developers. they said that that's what they wanted to do, and I put it out there, the first one, and stuff like that, right? And then months later, the DLC drops,
Right.
where Amaru in the game, and all this other stuff is happening, right? So when I did that, nobody wanted to source me, nobody wanted to give me credit or nothing. I was literally hitting people up like, yo,
Nothing's changed. That's the way it's always been. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was literally hitting people up like, yo, you blatantly, you know this came from me. Like, the developer said it on my show. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they do that all the time.
Right? And so I'm just trying to educate the chat on learning and understanding the behavior.
Yeah.
On how things go in the industry so you could know what's what. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was one thing of recent that was very big, very intriguing. People covered it, but they didn't want to, give your boy the props, right? But I got mine. So that was one a situation, right? So now another situation was now you see how everybody's talking about the teraflops, right?
Right.
And the 9.2 and 12 and everything like that. And nobody's confirming nothing. Like, everybody's just talking and rumors and speculations, and this is twice as better than that and stuff like that. Cool. Nobody's coming out stopping nothing, but it's all rumors and stuff like that. And they just letting it fly, right? Now, all of a sudden, the Xbox is not 12 teraflops no more. It's 11.2, and Sony is 10 plus. And now, all of a sudden, the systems seem to be closer together. It's all talk. Nobody's saying nothing, trying to stop the fire or whatever, right? These are things as of recent. So here's the joint. Here's the joint. So I had another conversation, and this right here is like, to me, this is another thing that's golden, right? So the marketing plan that's supposed to be like launching with PlayStation 5 and stuff like that, what they want to do is they want to capitalize where Xbox made a mistake at. So with Xbox, and this is from what I'm hearing, that's like real powerful because it makes a lot of sense. So with Xbox, when you put a disc in Xbox and you can play the old games, it's great, but you still can't play the entire library like if you had your OG Xbox with you,
right?
Or if you had your Xbox 360 with you, because of the method that they went about doing it. So the reason why Sony wants to do the backwards compatibility this particular way is because now, instead of trying to remaster games like we was talking about before, a lot of that money is being invested in other things that I don't know about right now. I don't know about that part, but there's a lot of money being invested in other things where remasters were being invested in. You're going to see more remakes, but there's a lot more technology being built within the system itself. You see how streaming is a big thing and all this other stuff. A lot of the features in the system, you're going to see all of those things come to fruition right from the system. So when you stream from PlayStation, even when you stream from the Xbox One X, you're going to be able to do a whole lot more than before. So they had to figure out a way where if we're not going to be remastering games like we used to, we need to be able to bring like these particular games back to life. And EE is the thing that we want to go at. And EE means everything everywhere. That's their main thing, everything everywhere. So that ties in to the Azure.
Yeah.
To the Azure deal that Sony and Microsoft just did.
Right.
That ties into the Azure deal. So all of that comes together to support the full scope of what backwards compatibility is going to be going forward when it comes to PS5. And their main goal was to make sure that it could be the all-in-one machine for PlayStation everywhere. When you get this, you're not going to need nothing else.
Let me ask you a question. You brought up teraflops.
Yeah.
Let's assume that the original teraflop rumors are true and that the Xbox was 12 and the PlayStation 5 was 9 point whatever. Do you think that would make a difference in the long run?
No, because like the most powerful system don't win.
Well, no, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about who's going to sell the most consoles. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the quality of games. Do you think it's going to make a difference?
When it comes to third party, I believe it would. But when it comes to first party, it's all back to talent. You know how it is, man. You can have all the power in the world, but if talent ain't up to par, you're still gonna get smoked. Think
I'll
about it.
I'll expand that even better. You can have all the power in the world, but if you're not utilizing all the power,
Then what's the point?
well, I
It's just
mean,
a
it's
number.
nice to have it there, but
Yeah, of course.
a lot of people are afraid that if the Xbox has more teraflops, and trust me, none of these console gamers knew what a fucking teraflop was until last
Yeah.
gen. So let's throw that out there.
Yeah,
But
that's
if
true. That's
one
true.
has more teraflops
Oh,
than the other, then the games are going to be better on the one with the higher teraflops. Get the
that's
fuck
not
out of here
true.
with that bullshit.
Are you serious? Have you seen Spider-Man? On a
Yeah,
base
well, yeah,
PS4.
but
Not
yeah,
even a PS4 Pro.
that's
A
what I'm
base
saying.
PS4.
But that's what I'm
Are you
saying.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Get
Do
out
you
of here.
honestly?
I
Do
ain't
you
coming to
honestly?
that.
Well, since we had a few more teraflops on the Xbox, we got it up to 8K. You know, like
So
what are they gonna
explain
say?
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
Explain Nintendo Switch right now. Like,
yeah. Exactly. It's just, but people are
come on,
actually
man.
concerned about this hip hop. They're actually
No,
concerned.
I
It's
know. And
fucking
I'm like,
ridiculous.
it makes no sense. I'm like,
What have I been doing this whole fucking time? Are you
Yo,
listening? Teraflops all of a sudden is a fucking buzzword. Motherfuckers didn't know what GDDR was back in 2013,
Nothing.
and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got GDDR.
Yo,
What the fuck
yo,
is that?"
I'm gonna do you even better. In 2005, when at E3 and stuff like that, 3 years before I arrived and stuff like that, but 2005 at E3, a lot of people don't even know this, but back then with the cell processor was able to do 2 teraflops on the PS3, and they talked about if used correctly, they can achieve 10 teraflops because that's what it takes to do movie rendering in real time. And this is back in 2005.
10
when King Kutaragi was
teraflops
talking
on the
about.
PS3.
Yeah, that's what they was talking about. If
Who?
used correctly, King Kutaragi.
Yeah, he's
Because
you know he was smoking some weed when he said that, right? That's the same conversation he told people to get 2 jobs and 1080p 60. What did he say? Fucking 120p. Well, what is that? 120 frames. He was smoking some good shit. Okay.
But remember, they was with Nvidia at the time.
You
That's
know
when
where he got
Jensen
his
hit
shit
the
from?
stage.
Fucking Monster Island, okay? Monster
my
Island weed, radioactive, man. Get the fuck out of here. The PS3 wasn't doing no 10 teraflops hip hop. It only had 256 megabytes of really slow RAM. It couldn't even put whatever on the buffer fast enough.
But what I'm telling you is, if you go back and you a presentation and you look at the slide, these are the things that they was talking about, and it was. But my point was, they was back then they was explaining, you know, what I'm saying what teraflops was and stuff like that. My point is that people are so going crazy about teraflops like it's something new.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
That's my point.
And
It's
then they're
nothing
using
new.
it as some sort of metric to decide which is going to be the best system.
Yeah. Do you know how much other stuff play a factor?
Yes,
role
yes.
and
There's
how-
so many other things, but you can have a dope third party company. You can have Rockstar come out with GTA 6 on the PS5 and Xbox One X, and it'll be the dopest looking GTA 6 ever, and only use 6 teraflops of power on both systems.
Yep. And so now what?
Yeah.
Well, people gotta understand, and you even told me this from a PC standpoint, because like, you know, remember I was saying I wanted to go 3-way SLI, I want 4-way SLI and go crazy with all this power. That stuff ain't gonna even be used. It's pointless. It's like,
Right.
come on, man. So, and then also, as great as PC is, the sad thing about it is held back by the generations of how consoles move.
Right,
So-
but not anymore. Generation
No.
7, yes, but not with Generation 8. Remember, I did a Warzone a while ago. I said when the PS4 and Xbox One come out, that gap between PC and console is going to close immensely.
Yeah, it's closing a lot.
And
It
your
is
console
closing. It
games
is.
are now going to look closer to the PC developers are going to
That's
have
true.
to up their game to make the PC games look better than the console
You're
games.
right.
And they're all
You're right.
x86 architecture now.
You're right. You're absolutely
So-
right. Here's what I would say. Like, if I play Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC, like is better than, you know, the PS4 and the Xbox One X versions. But I will say this: the Xbox One X version ain't that far off. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, when you think about the price difference that you would spend, you were better off getting an Xbox One X over a PC.
Yeah.
Like, easy.
I don't. I stopped recommending people get a PC.
But PC does look better though. Like
this,
you can see the difference.
This isn't Gen 7 anymore, where it was a huge fucking difference. So I can't say, just go out and get a PC. It's better. Your life will be better anymore. Because the Xbox and the PlayStation have come up to a point where it's like, God damn, that's fucking gorgeous, right? But if you want to get a PC and that's what you want to do, that's a good decision.
Yeah, definitely. Because you could. I mean, just the mods alone, the cheat codes.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh yeah, the cheat codes. Yeah.
Man. Yeah. All day.
Yeah.
All day.
So I gotta fuck with you a little bit.
All right, let's go.
So we were supposed to do this podcast Monday, and Hip Hop Gamer wanted to watch the Sony CES presser, and I told him,
I did.
They ain't gonna show shit. Okay, they ain't gonna show nothing. Let's do this podcast. He said, no, I want to watch it, man. I'm like, they ain't gonna show nothing. I'm telling you. What did you get to see? Hip hop.
What we already knew. Like,
nothing.
It wasn't
nothing. A fucking logo that was made years ago.
But that goes to show that you betted, like, the return on your investment from your time, blood, sweat, and tears in investing in me and giving me a shot back in 2008 still holds true to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still that hungry. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're hungry, but I tried to tell you there ain't no food, man. It's just white rice. Don't go. The buffet's right here.
First of all, you're never allowed to use the word food. We don't stop. Everything stops right there. You don't use that word.
Wait, I gotta ask you a question. How much of that conference did you watch before you turned it off?
Before I turned it off?
Yeah.
Oh man. After the PS5, little joint, they went off stage and the car came out. I was like, "What's going on here?"
I knew it. I was sitting here cracking up. Cracking up.
Like, we out, bro. Like,
yep. Just like I said. Don't you hate when I'm right? There was still that chance. That's why you had to watch it. There's that chance they're going to drop something. Yeah, but I knew. I've been going to CES. You know what? Day one of CES, those are all the press conferences. I always went to Sony's press conference every single time. The biggest thing they did was Little Big Planet. That was it.
Is there anything like? Yeah.
And, you get all the free drinks and stuff.
But one time when I went to CES, they had all the talk about PlayStation Now, and they debuted it and showed it, and you can play it.
But that ain't shit, though. That ain't a new console reveal. Here,
I know, but I'm just saying.
I bring you the PlayStation 5 logo. Oh, shit! How'd they come up with that? Ah!
Yo, when they did...
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yo, they could put all that in the email, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But I knew this. But the whole world, even IGN, were the places you can watch the Sony CES press. It was like, IGN, you do games, you don't do tech. GameSpot, you don't do tech. What the fuck you talking about?
First of all the articles and all this stuff, I would like what people gotta understand is you can't get mad what y'all do. Like, Sony didn't say anything that they was gonna do. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Y'all made all this stuff up because you saw...
Ooh, Corey Ballard's going to be there. Yeah, does that mean they're showing God of War 2 on the PS5? Ooh.
Like, hype, and they got mad because y'all let your own selves down. So
it's fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah.
You should have seen them all. And then when they didn't show shit,
oh, man.
The PS5 logo got more hits on Instagram than the Xbox One X. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Are you serious? Is that what we're doing now? Did you wake up the next morning skipping to my loo because you saw the new logo? Were you happy about that? I was fucking dying, hip hop. I was cracking up. I wish I could have saw people's faces.
Son, come on, man.
Nobody wants to listen to me, man. I swear to God, I'm running around telling people the world's gonna end, and everybody's sitting out in the open having barbecues, and then they get fucking fried by volcanic ash. I told you.
Yo, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
So you playing Call of Duty?
Of course.
You gotta give me. I gotta add you to Call of Duty so we can play together.
Yo, that 2v2 is, oh man, that joint
I
is
love
golden, bro.
crossplay. I
I
love it.
love
I
it.
love it. I love
I
it. I
love
love
it.
it.
I love it. I love it. I love it too. Yo, I think this Call of Duty right now is one of the best ones, if not like the best story. That story was powerful, man. It was really. Did you play the story?
No, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm making
Yo,
my own
don't,
story. I make my own story, man. I go in, I
man,
kill
yo, you whack.
motherfuckers.
I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you, man. You whack, man.
Hey, what? I
You
don't
whack.
do fucking Call of Duty campaigns anymore.
You whack.
I
Yo,
get
you
on
didn't-
and I
you didn't
kill
play Call of Duty.
motherfuckers, dude. I kill
You ain't,
motherfuckers.
you ain't play Call of Duty.
I
then,
get
man.
popcorn left and right. See, y'all don't have that because you don't play on PC. Are you playing on
Okay.
PC?
Of course, I'm playing on PC, man.
You
Everything
get
is on PC.
you getting your highlights. You getting the popcorn.
Well,
You know how NVIDIA, if you turn highlights on, you throw a grenade and kill more than one person, you get the popcorn highlight.
Listen, no, I didn't do that, but I play in so many games, T.
I know.
Like for real, son.
You know what
Like,
you
I
should
play in so
do?
many games.
You should play your games on easy so you can get through them faster.
I
Oh
do.
wait, dot dot dot.
I do.
Ooh.
I don't know why more people don't do it. I'm not saying don't go back and play it, you know, however you want to play it.
Mhm.
But this whole thing, you getting the same ending that I'm getting. I ain't trying to hear nothing. Get out of here, B.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, hip hop.
You know
Get
what I'm
gully
saying?
though. Get gully, man.
You know what I mean? All day.
So you didn't go to CES, obviously. Are you gonna go to E3 this year?
Of course, that's every
E3
year.
is, dude. E3 is gonna suck this year. Don't go. Don't waste your money. Just stay at home. Take a couple days off and stream the shit. Yeah.
All right, over. You know what? You tell me how that goes. You let me know how that
I
goes.
steered you wrong, hip hop? Have I steered you?
Yes.
This is gonna be the worst E3 in fucking years. You remember that first E3 you went where there was like little hotel room setups they had in the convention? They used they used like a third of the convention center. It is going to suck balls this year. Save your money, hip hop. Just listen to me. Save your money. Go to PAX or something, man. Dude.
I am going to PAX.
Don't go to E3. E3 is PAX is gonna make E3 look like somebody had a fucking convention at the garage. It's gonna suck.
I might be going to Gamescom this year for the first time.
Oh, really?
Germany. Yep.
Dude, I'm telling you, E3 is gonna suck. Yeah, they're letting more because it sucks. They're letting real people in the show. They're letting like consumers in, so you ain't gonna be able to play shit. There's gonna be 3-hour lines at Nintendo, 2-hour lines at Sony.
Bro, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, you must have really forgot who you talking to. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, man.
I work very, very hard, man.
But the thing that's cool is you can pass for a consumer, like a little kid, if you just get in line. Just find some black folks and just creep up next to them like you're in the family.
You just mad because you too heavy to wait on line and fat through lines. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. You like a messed up loose leaf sheet of paper. That's it. It's over. That's why you don't go to E3 now, son. You don't want to lose. Matter of fact, you should go to E3 because that's the only time you lose.
You took it down real lane, hip hop. I was just joking. Man. You're not really a little kid. You're a grown man, but I really am fat.
Oh, word? So you sensitive now?
No, I ain't sensitive. I don't give a fuck because you really are short.
Yo, you should come back up to New York, man. We should play basketball.
Dude, I can't run ball no more. I'm done. My career is over.
Come on.
Do you want to wheelchair me to the hospital? The very last game of hardcore basketball I played was with you, and I walked out of it with a stubbed finger because you throw the ball like a fucking rocket, okay? And I actually think you broke my finger because it took like 6 months for it to heal. I caught it, but dude, if I'm 2 feet in front of you, you ain't got to throw it 90 miles per hour. I mean, I'm like, why does he do everything so hard? You probably broke cells in my hand every time you give me high fives, man. It's so hard. Everything's so hard. The bones and everything. And from playing those games with you that day, dude, I could not fucking walk after that. You remember what I went through?
Oh, man.
Dude, I was in so much fucking, man. I'm like, that's it. My NBA career is over. I'm done. My knees can't take it. So it's done. I can do free throws all day. You know, I cannot run ball no more. It sucks when you're getting old and you can't do certain shit that you used to do. especially when you're tall. Usually, tall people first area they have issues is in their knees. Man, I can't be my best friend. My best friend's 5'11". He's 49, but he's still in great shape. He can't even do shit anymore. And he used to do 360-degree dunks and all that stuff. His knees, man.
Bro, I can still dunk.
I know, but you're still young, hip hop. You're still young, and you do everything so hard. I'm sure by the time you're my age, everything's gonna break. They're gonna say, "Fuck you, I'm done." Knees are gonna break, fingers are gonna break. Walking around with a cane,
with the belt, and the chain.
Anybody listening in this chat knows. If you're my age, you know the knees are the first thing to go. Knees in the back, man. And my knees, I can't do it. I can still run from scary things, though, but...
Yo, this is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I love it, man. But, yeah, man, I'm very excited. Now, here's one thing I want to ask you.
Okay.
Because earlier you said, you know, if they don't reveal it, they don't show it, you're going to have to put me in a bomb sitter.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. When they do reveal it, they do show it, and it's exactly what I said it is, and they show it, what do you think is going to happen? In your opinion, what do you think people will say, do? Like,
your credibility will be returned, and nobody will be able to talk shit anymore.
Hold on, what do you mean return? When did it leave?
Dude, people have been getting on your case, man, all generation about stuff. Not about, like, false this and that, but, you know, when you yelled at that girl for that review, and when you got on IG...
I was right. And the dude agreed with me.
No, you're not. You're never right when you yell at somebody because you didn't agree with their review score. That's an opinion.
First of all, how did I yell at somebody I didn't even?
Remember when you got in a fight with that girl and people got on your case? Not to a fight with her, but you called her out.
Be clear.
Hashtag me too.
I called her out. That doesn't mean you're yelling at someone.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry. You called her out. But remember, everybody came to her rescue. All the white knights and that's.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was right, and IGN said I was right, but they just took her side because she worked.
Right about what? A review score?
No, so when I was speaking about Chloe Rad,
and
stuff like that, I forgot the dude's name. He don't work there no more because he had a lot of situation that he had to deal with. But the thing is, when we was having a conversation, I asked him. I said, "Look, based on reading what she put out." Did you agree with it in terms of it making sense in what she said? Because she gave the game this score, but then had this to say about it.
He agreed with you. Yes, he agreed with you. But that doesn't mean she was wrong for that score. She may have been wrong for what she wrote in the article and the review, but you have this thing where if a game comes out, let's say God of War comes out, and you fucking go, oh my God, and somebody gives it a 6. You're like, no, they're wrong. It's not a 6.
Oh no, that's not what
you've done. That
I said she was wrong about.
But you've done. But have you done that with other people? Yes, you have.
Yeah, I have. But I did it because they didn't back up what they said.
But why do they have to though? Why can't somebody just write a review and keep it moving? Why do they have to back up anything?
No, because then what you're doing is you're allowing to not be accountable for what they put out.
But you don't have to be accountable for a review.
Yes,
it's just an opinion.
No, it's not. No, it's not just opinion.
Like case in point. If I say God of War is a 7 or a 6,
right?
And you're like, no, you're crazy, and I was like, that's the score I'm gonna give it. That's how I felt about the game.
No. So now listen, what I would say, here's how I approach it. If somebody said God of War is a 6 out of 10, and I'm like, what? That's crazy. I will ask you why. The first question is, why do you give it a 6 out of 10? And if you tell me that you never been a fan of hack and slash games because to you those games are like mindless and they don't have substance because the way the action is or whatever, and then I look and see your track record and I see God of War, I see Heavenly Sword, I see what's the name, Vanquish, and I see Devil May Cry, and you gave all those games like 6s and 5s too because of this is how you feel about those types of games, then all right, cool, ain't nothing to talk about. Because now you stand by that. I can agree with that. Like, I respect that.
But why do you have to, why does it even matter if Hip Hop Gamer agrees with it?
Matters. Let me tell you why it matters.
Mhm.
Because when you are in a profession that I'm in, and I genuinely care about this profession, this is my culture, this is my life. I don't look at this as a 9 to 5 job, come get a check because I know how to write something. Like,
Right.
this is my life. Like, it's different for me. It's just like with hip hop. It means something to me. So when I hear somebody come out with a song and it says, I go to the store, I want more. Yeah, because I like, don't come to me and tell me that this and J. Cole is on the same wavelength. Like
Right.
don't do that.
But you're
It's a
talking.
lie.
Wait,
So
but
the
you're
point I'm
talking
trying to
about.
make-
You're talking about. What you're talking about is lyrical skills.
All right, it relates to the same thing. Lyrical skill relates to gameplay. It's all substance.
No, 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 no,
So the
no,
point,
no,
yes, it
no.
does. So the point I'm trying to make is, if you don't like a game, that's fine. It's cool. But if I play a game and I really love it, and you play it, you don't really like it, I'm interested in why you didn't like it. And if you say something and it makes sense and I get it, hey, cool. This
But
just
if
not
you're
for you.
interested in why they gave a game that score, why don't you just read the review?
Okay, because the thing is, I read her review, and when I read her review, she praised the game so much. I never seen a game get a 7 that got that much love.
But
and
when
praise
is the
in the
7?
same time.
But here's the other thing. That goes back to the other thing. Why is a 7 a bad score? Remember back in the days when you praised the game and gave it a 7, nobody gave a fuck? That, you know.
No. There's a difference. You gotta understand. It's like, if you say something's good, okay. If you say something's great, okay. If you say something's a masterpiece, okay. There's levels to this. So
But what if I say, oh my God, this game's awesome, and I give it a 7, but it lost 3 points because I didn't like the soundtrack, I didn't like the menus, things like that. It lost major points, but other than that, it's a great fucking game, so I give it a 7.
Okay, so let me ask you this: when you are playing the game, because that's the meat of the game, is the gameplay, and also the graphics, because it helps one another out. But at the end of the day, gameplay is more important.
Right.
My thing is, if I'm not playing the menu screen, like I could not like it, it could be annoying, but that's not where my play is.
But
at.
that's
Like,
how
you know
a
what I'm saying?
game was going to lose points in a review. Case in
Okay.
point, I hate
No.
God of War's RPG system. I can't fucking stand it. That if I was
Okay.
going to write a review on God of War and it was going to be point based, I would take points off for their RPG system because I don't like how it was handled. I hate the fucking menu system. It's like, what the fuck?
Okay, so the Witcher 3 menu system ain't that great either. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that's fine.
But when you play that game, and the story and the graphics, the gameplay, the way everything elevate, it's like the menu is whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even care.
Yeah, but if
because
you
the
don't
game
take
is so
points
great.
off, for a bad menu, then you're doing a disservice for your readers.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. Because
Yeah,
the
you
thing
are.
is,
If you don't take a point off for a bad menuing
No.
system, you are doing a
No.
disservice to your
No.
readers. Yes, you
No,
are.
I'm not.
Because that is why
Because-
you write a review. That's why
because-
they read it.
No, because my thing is, you could not like something, but just because you don't like it doesn't mean it doesn't work. There's a difference.
It doesn't. I mean,
So-
it's not a matter of whether it
No,
works or
no.
not.
Yes, it
It's
is.
a
Yes,
matter
it
of
is.
whether it works well or not. Is the UI good
exactly.
design or not?
Exactly. So my thing is, I can sit up here and tell you right now that a certain game could have a good design, even though I don't like this design. It is good. I see why it works. For example, Discord. I don't like Discord
Right.
at all.
Right.
But I do understand why 50 million people is using it and the stuff you could do. Like, I get it. I know why it's great. But me personally, I don't like it. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, I don't like it. I know why it's great. I could point out why it's great, and I can also point out why I don't like it. Now, for me, people would say that I'm real finicky when it comes to it. I'm gonna tell you why. One reason why I don't like Discord is because I don't like the fact that I gotta have four other numbers at the end of my name. That alone right there made me not want to use it.
Right. And if you were doing a review, you should take a point off or a half a point for that. You're helping me prove my point.
No, but my point, the point I'm trying to make is, if I took a point off for that, like, if I did or not, if I came across another program that had the same issue, I didn't take a point, then now your credibility is in question because now you're being biased.
This goes back to my original issue with you coming after these reviewers. Why do you fucking care? You didn't even know this girl. Hold on. You didn't even know this girl before she wrote this review. You don't even know her. So you don't give a shit about her. It doesn't fucking matter what she gave the game because it doesn't affect Hip Hop Gamer at all.
No, because see, and that's being selfish. I'm not selfish in the industry that I care about.
It's not being selfish.
Yes, it is. I don't just think about myself when I read something and how I feel about it. I think about millions of people that's gonna read it and take it for what she says and not understanding the context.
So you're basically insulting the intelligence of the millions of readers that are reading her review by saying that you're insulting their intelligence. Like, these people that are reading this review aren't smart enough to deduce that this is bullshit, so I have to do it for them.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is people that know the game industry and they're a part of it and they live it like how we live it, that's not for them. They're not counted in that argument, in that discussion. But let's say somebody that's not a part of the game industry at all, and they just come across this review, and they're like, well, the game looked cool, but they said it's this, I'll pass. And not even caring to dig deep because that's not their field.
But that's their problem. You can't fix that. You can't change that.
No, yes, I can.
Did she change your review?
You not understand my point? I can change that. Listen. If somebody, perfect example, right? Let's say somebody's looking to get a brand new phone. They don't know nothing about all the technology.
Can you stick to games, man?
Oh, okay, let's stick to games. Let's say somebody just got a brand new PlayStation. They don't play games much, but they're looking for some cool stuff to get. Mm-hmm. And if they go to IGN and look at what they said about Resident Evil 7, whatever, mm-hmm. they like, I'll pass on this a 7. Like, I'll pass on this because they want to get like the best of the best. They want the 9s and the 10 rating types of games, right? So now let's say they go there and this is the biggest website in the industry. That's like the end all be all because that must be it. Like, mm-hmm. They're not gonna think nothing of it.
Right.
But then say in the same breath, they see somebody else give the same game that IGN gave a 7, give it a 10. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, hold up, they gave this a 10 and they got 1 million views on this one. Let me check this out. Mm-hmm. And oh, you know what? I might just check this game out anyway because I like this video and it hit me more. I might just check this game out anyway. So instead of IGN's voice being the end all be all, you have other options and other people to go to because they took time out to put their thoughts and opinions out.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But why my point is why do they need Hip Hop Gamer to go in and question the author of the review with the low score when there's hundreds of other reviews out there?
Why? What you said? Why? I'm not saying that they need.
So why do you do it?
Need it. I do it because I'm big on the culture. And if I see somebody that's in the culture that I feel ain't doing a good job or don't know what they talk about, in my opinion, I'm going to call it out.
But what does that do for you? What does it change? Nothing.
No, it does change something.
What does it change?
Because what it does is it makes it makes a person rethink or relook at things as opposed to just feeling like, well, I'm on IGN, so it don't matter. I can do what I want.
But did she rethink and relook at things? Did she do that? No, she didn't. What it became was, this whole thing became Hip Hop Gamers attacking this girl. Let's protect her. So nothing was changed. Nothing was fixed.
Like, that situation wasn't changed, but other situations has been.
Right, but my point is, it was a waste of time. Nothing. You accomplished nothing.
Let me ask you a question. Right? I did accomplish something in a big way.
What?
I'm gonna tell you something. If you look at Napster, right? Mm-hmm. Did Napster accomplish anything by them doing what they did?
Of course.
All right then. So the point I'm trying to make is the fact that I said something about it. A lot of other people started looking at that review in a whole different way.
What are you talking about? You weren't doing reviews when Napster was out.
No, bro, listen, I use that as an example. The point I'm trying to make is when I brought light to Resident Evil 7 the way that I did and everybody covered it, a lot of people started looking at Resident Evil 7 with a different eye because of the things that I had to say about it and what I said about her review.
But
And then
this hold on. No, right there. Let me stop you. That is my entire point right there. If you think the game is good and you do a review and people watch your review or read your review and they like your opinion and they just said, you know what, this is a good review, this is a good game, I'm going to buy it, you have done your job. But by going to this girl and asking her, well, why is this, why this, and confronting her about her review score because you don't agree with it, you aren't accomplishing anything by doing that because she has her own fans.
No, listen. That's where you missed the point. So there's been countless videos. You can go look it up right now. There was like videos and like comments of people that go to IGN on a regular basis, right? And when they saw all of this break apart, they looked at it and it was like, oh wow, like I never even expected that because when I played the game, I loved it. I don't even know what this girl talking about after reading her review. So what that does is when people look at her review, they're not gonna just take her word for it anymore. They're gonna look at it with a deeper eye.
But she said the review was good. The only thing that was wrong was her score because she gave it a 7. Number one, it does make sense. Number one, a 7. I'm gonna tell you why. A 7 is not a bad score at all.
No. A 7 is a bad score.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
A 7 is a bad score for a game like that.
No, it's not.
7 is a masterpiece.
Oh my God.
That's not no 7 game.
No, it's not.
That's not a 7 game.
But then this is why scores are fucking stupid because her review, if you just read the review without the score, you would have never went to her. But as soon as you saw that score, you decided to call her out.
She should have left the score out then.
Like, why is that number so important? Why is it so fucking important?
It's important because it drives influence, and influence can be driven incorrectly.
Dude, you cannot change the influence of gamers. If you can change,
hold up, wait, stop.
Let me finish. If you can change the influence of gamers, then tell them to stop reading reviews.
Taurus, hold up. Let me ask you a question.
Tell all your fans, don't read reviews, don't use scores, don't use Mental Critic, stop going to Rotten fucking Tomatoes, stop going to fucking digital fuckery.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever influenced anyone in this industry?
Yes.
All right, then shut up.
But I can't help it. I can't help it. It's a fucking animal that's grown into a monster and it keeps going. But I can't help it. You got to understand something. My goal when I came into this industry was not to influence people and tell them which games they should like, which games they should buy. I came in this business to educate gamers, so they understood the technology.
Right, but that's also a form of influence. Your expertise is an influence.
Okay, that's fine.
Because people that are not experts look to you for answers and influence.
Okay. Yes. That wasn't my goal. Wasn't to be some great influencer. I just want people to have knowledge. But what you're doing is you're seeing. But let me tell you what you're doing. You're seeing a number. And you're getting upset and you're confronting that reviewer. You are not changing anything by confronting that reviewer about that score. What did you change? What?
I did change something.
What?
I told you what I changed. When people look at her work, they don't just look at it and take it with a grain of salt because she's an editor on IGN. They're gonna look deeper into it.
And you did that. Nobody thought that before you came along and confronted her.
No, I'm not saying other people may have or may not have thought of that.
So that's why I'm saying you didn't really do anything.
Let me finish. No, I did do something because since I brought that to light, people after me that saw that stuff looked at it in that way instead of just taking it.
What do you keep going back and reading her reviews on IGN now to see what people are saying?
No.
How do you know?
No.
Send your email to hiphopgamer.com and let me know how you feel.
No, I know because during that time period, a significant amount of people.
You know what? That was a bad example. Let me give you a good example. Okay, when I talk about credibility, the Insomniac thing during E3. So you remember when you said Insomniac was going to be on stage at E3 and Ted said, no, we're not going to be on stage. Why are you spreading this? You remember this?
Yeah. But like I said, that was a rumor that I heard, and I was like, yo, they gonna be up there.
Right.
This is what I'm hearing, so I went along with it. And,
I understand that. I understand that.
Oh.
But that type of thing can hurt your credibility.
Okay, cool.
You agree with me, right?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But also breaking the story that PlayStation All Stars existed. That builds my credibility.
I'm not, but hip hop. I'm not saying you never broke stories. It's the ones that aren't true. It's the ones that when somebody contacts you and say, "Hey, don't say this isn't," those are the ones that hurt you. Okay, the good ones.
It don't hurt me. No, it don't hurt me.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not. Let me tell you. Let me.
Did you read the comments on your post about this whole remastering engine? Did you see some of the comments on Reddit?
Of course, I see plenty of them.
Oh, it's Hip Hop Gamer. It's probably not true. That's what people are saying.
So they say
because your credibility at some point.
No, it's not. Listen, it's not that. You gotta understand. People will doubt you just because they want to.
I understand that. Yes.
You could be. Listen, bro. You could be right 100% of the time, and people will still.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
So that's all right.
I know, but you don't. But I'm just gonna ask you this. Let me ask you this: the whole thing with Ted Price and Insomniac, you don't think that hurts your credibility at all?
No.
So
you know why? Let me tell you why.
You want to know why? Copyright Hip Hop Gamer 2020.
Let me tell you why it didn't. Because that moment I was wrong in terms of that moment, but what I said overall in terms of when I was telling you about the Insomniac going multi-platform and making games on Xbox, and then Fuse came out and all this other stuff, I was right about that, and then not only was I right about that I followed that up with the Bungie situation, and when I told
but Hip Hop Gamer, you're just telling me about stuff you were right on. But what I'm trying to tell you is when you're wrong about something, it hurts your credibility. Yes, it does. You're not fucking Teflon. It hurts anybody in this business. If you put out news and a developer says you're wrong, that hurts your credibility. Look what happened to Is a Parrot. Okay. Is a Parrot. Okay? He had said something that ended up being wrong, and it hurt his credibility as an insider. Anytime you put something out there and it's wrong, it's not true, and a developer calls you out, it does hurt your credibility. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's you, me, fucking your boy Michael Patcher. I don't give a fuck who it is. When you put out news, and Michael Patcher, his credibility is in the shitter because he always puts out false shit. Okay? But I'm telling you, anytime you put out something that doesn't happen or wasn't true or whatever, it does hurt your credibility. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're fucking Phil Spencer.
Listen, let me explain something to you.
Yes.
Right? I hear 100,000% what you're saying. I get it.
Okay.
If you say something wrong and it ain't, and if you say something's gonna happen and it don't happen, be like, yo, bro, I thought it was gonna happen. I can't rely on you. I get it.
Right.
I understand that dialogue. I get that. What I'm trying to say is that from 2008 to 2020, I've been right about a lot of things, and some things I've been wrong about.
Right.
Facts. But I'm still here. And what I mean by that is my credibility lies in the fact that I don't give up and I still keep going.
No, I know. Nobody says you're not going or anything like that.
So my point is, what I'm trying to tell you is credibility from the outside looking in is one thing. But your work ethic, your authenticity in what you do every day is what makes what you're building as an empire.
No, I totally understand that. But you asked me.
Go ahead.
But you asked me what do you think would happen if you were wrong, and I said, you remember about putting you in the bomb shelter. If you're wrong about this, they are going to come after you because number one, it is the biggest news story of the year, the biggest. Every site has picked it up, big and small. Reshitera has it. I think Reddit has it. So if you're, so if you,
what's wrong with you,
so
bro?
wait, so
What's
if
wrong with Rosera?
so if you're wrong about it, yes, that'll hurt your credibility. This is a huge story. This isn't something small. This is fucking huge. So
I know.
if Sony goes on the stage in February and shows the PS5 like they did in 2013, what a fucking beautiful year that was, and none of this stuff is true, then yeah. But from what you said tonight, I believe it is true because nobody has put the cap on it. Sony hasn't made a statement. Usually when they don't make a statement, it's true. So it's very interesting to me. And we read about the patents last year, you know. So it's all good. It's all good. But I'm just saying, you got the biggest fucking story of the year. You know, if I had the biggest story of the year, like if an insider gave me a tip and it became the biggest story of the year, I'd be like, this fucking insider better not be fucking lying to me. This shit better be right. This shit better be right because, you know.
Listen, I feel you.
Yeah.
But I'm a different type of person. Like, I don't worry. Like, about
I wouldn't
like,
really
listen,
worry about it, but you know.
I feel you. But the thing is, I don't care or concern myself on what people are going to say, whether I'm right or wrong. Like,
Yeah.
if you say, once I'm right, cool. It's amazing to y'all that I'm right, but it ain't amazing to me because I've been right plenty of times.
Oh, yeah, it should never be amazing to you. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Just like when Sony didn't show shit at the presser. It's amazing to all those people that wouldn't watch it were blown away that they didn't show anything. I wasn't blown away. I knew it was going to happen.
This is not, you know, I get it. So the point I'm trying to say is there's a lot of people that's like really rooting for me because they really want me to like shut up a lot of people that be hating on me.
Yeah.
But even a lot of people that be hating on me still love me anyway. They just love to hate too.
No,
like,
they don't.
fine.
They don't love you, man. They're a bunch of assholes.
Here's
Why I want this to be true.
Like
I look at it like that because I have to look at it like that. Okay, but here's why I want it to be true. I can't like when February when they reveal all this shit, this is true. All those motherfuckers at Polygon, Polygoon, fucking Kotak shit. All those motherfuckers get the motherfucking finger because Hip Hop Gamer had the biggest story of the fucking year. What did you have? Not a goddamn thing. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. Fuck all them motherfuckers, man. Fuck them all. And I swear to God, Hip Hop Gamer, when you go to E3, don't be kissing their ass. You see fucking Steven.
Man.
Let me tell you something. You see Steven Tortilla, you walk right by that fucking bald motherfucker. Okay? Walk past all those motherfuckers. Look, you going to say hi to anybody?
I'm not like that.
Yeah, you got to be like that, man. You got to be. Fuck that bullshit, man. Sometimes hip-hop, you got to be an asshole. You know, that's how I've made it this far. You got to be an asshole.
No, but listen. Like, I'm proving a point. My career... Like the way I've done things has been completely different. And why do you think there's everybody else and then there's Hip Hop Gamer?
Oh, I know you ain't got to tell me. Why do you think I brought you on the mid bag? I said this motherfucker's crazy. Bring him on.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. I said bring him on, dude. And let me tell you, that first E3 I took you to, I was kind of stressed out. I was like, did he just go and break up a meeting with guys in suits from Japan to give him the belt? Did he just call fucking, who did you call? You called somebody Hideo Kohama. And I'm like, oh my, you fucked up my interview with fucking Polyphony. I'm like, man, that could have been the fucking quote of the year and hip hop just fucked it up. I was so pissed. I'm like, get this guy out of here.
Yo, that first year was crazy.
Oh my God.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't have to be an a-hole to be great.
No, you don't have to be an a-hole to be great. But you know what? I'm not even trying to. Honestly, let me tell you. I'm not telling you to be an asshole. I am telling you to do you. Do you. Keep doing you. Keep getting the good stories. Keep doing your thing. Fuck what everybody else is. I'm telling you right now. Those motherfuckers, I'll tell you right now. Steven Tortilla, motherfuckers at Polygon, they don't respect you. They don't respect you. Fucking Ben Kuchera. Fuck that motherfucker.
I know they, but listen.
So you know what? Stay in your lane. Keep moving. Fuck them. Get your stories and post your shit. Fuck those dudes. They're not superstars, okay? They're not even your peers. They're not on the same level as you. Keep it moving and keep doing your thing, okay? Forget about them. I know these guys. I know the shit they say about you. You know, I know what they've said about you in the past. That they've all talked shit. Fuck them all. I have no problem getting on Twitter and telling Steven Tortilla to kiss my black ass. I've done it. You know, that's why he blocked me. He doesn't like me, okay? Jeff Keighley, as far as I'm concerned, fuck him. Jeff Keighley never gave you a chance on his fucking show, you know? But he sure did bring Uncle Tom on the show every time he wanted somebody on there. You know who I'm talking about, you know. Yeah. So fuck him too. He didn't have the time of day for you. So these motherfuckers piss me off. It's like all this shit they talk, all this stuff they do, talking all this shit about you and the things you do. Oh, he's too loud at fucking E3. You're in a goddamn auditorium, for crying out loud. A huge fucking auditorium. Motherfuckers are going to scream and shout and be happy, and they're complaining about, we used to crack up. Everybody cracks up. Everybody has a GIF or a clip somewhere of you standing up and Sonic clapping your fucking hands and sending waves through the auditorium. And these guys are sitting back there tweeting and complaining, hip-hop gamers in front of me, standing up making the... Fuck all them motherfuckers, okay? They're a dying breed. They're all going to be gone. Kotaku's the next one. Kotaku, that site's going away. It's not going to be there that long. I give it 2 to 3 years before Kotaku's gone. They're all fucking dying. They need to change. Power to the people. YouTubers, okay? Fuck those fucking wannabe journalists. Bitch-ass motherfuckers. Steven... hip hop game. Remember when David Jaffe got on his case and called him Bush League, man? I'll never fucking forget it. I'll always love Jaffe for that. I will always love him for that.
You know what's so funny? I spoke to Jaffe like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
His, podcast. Yep. They were just kicking it. That's my and that's my guy forever. That's my bro, man. But now listen, everything you said, like I get it, like 100,000%. What I've learned is, and like this is just growing up, like you know what I'm saying, maturing, like understanding things. You know, people will be quick to use you against you if you allow them to get to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm the kind of person over the time, because we haven't hung out and had deep conversations yet. So like there's a lot of things about me that has matured a lot. So my thing is, what I've learned, and when I look back and see the things that I've done and things that I'm doing now, what I've learned is, bro, like I've became like what I felt you like always saw in me. And that right there, that's all that matters to me. Like that meant a lot. My grandma's proud, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Family is good, everybody's great. I'm like, you're doing amazing things, and I'm doing things that's never been done, and I did it all independently.
Right.
Like I never worked for IGN or any of these like major websites, whatever. I never had the millions of dollars back behind me so I can have that look. Like, you know, I did it all, you know what I'm saying? So the point is, like, I didn't tell you this before, but in 2018, the same year that I got some of the scoop regarding the backwards compatibility, a gentleman, I forgot which site he came from, but I think his name was Greg, and he came up to me. He was like, yo, hip hop, what's up? And I was like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? And he was like, yo, big fan, man. But I wanted to tell you something. I know you don't know me, but I've been watching you for like many years. And the fact that you still here, I applaud it, man, because I got to be honest with you. And listen, I don't know this dude from a hole in the wall. So I could tell that it was on his chest to say. Yeah. And he was like, yo, I've been in this industry for a long time just trying to fit in and like find my way. And now that it's like cool to be you or cool to be yourself, when I be myself, everybody thinks it's fake because I was being fake for a long time trying to fit in. And he said, yo, I appreciate you because there's nobody like you, man. And I just wanted to show you love and give you your props because a lot of people don't give you your props. And I was like, yo, I appreciate that. We took a picture and everything. And, you know, that was that. But my thing is, of course I know. But the thing is, what I know even more is that in their heart, like in their soul, I know a lot of people wish they could do the things that I do and get that treatment and get that look, just being yourself. And like, not everybody, they stuck in a bubble for life. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that stings.
You know what you should do? For the rest
of their life, it'll sting. I don't have to worry about that problem.
You should go to an event with like slacks and a white button up and a tie and no hat and no belt and see if they recognize you. Who are you? Gerard
Never
Williams?
happened.
Who do you write for?
That'll never happen.
Yeah.
So,
Dun, 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 dun. Open up your shirt. You got
see
the
me,
belt.
man.
Put the hat on.
You see me, man. Def Jam. Oh, I'm not sure if I told you, but I'm on Def Jam. On Def Jam as
You
well.
working with Def Jam? You got an album coming out?
No. No, actually, you know what? I'm lying to you.
Yeah. See?
I'm lying to you. I'm starting a mixtape called Press Start. And the first one is called Level 1. Press Start Level 1. And it's a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on. It's gonna be a big music video launch, everything. And also I got 2 songs coming out in 2 major video games next year.
Oh, okay.
No, this year. I'm bugging out. 2020. This year.
Which game?
So I can't say on camera.
I can't say. And what else?
Yo, yeah, man, but yeah, I feel you on that, man. I appreciate it. Love you, man. And like I said, and what's so funny is you told me this, like literally, like in 2000, before, like with Candid Anthony and everything, all that stuff back in, like you personally, bro, told me that like I was gonna be great. Just keep working, and like you got it, like.
Yep.
Because you've been in the industry so long, you never seen nothing like this. Like you said, as long as you don't stop, you will be around for like.
Yep.
You gonna be a monument to like what you're doing. And it's 2020, bro, and somebody that you brought to the fold has the biggest story of the year.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
And you got your green screen, and you got a white man's face on your wall. Things are happening. Like, what do you got that mask on the wall for? It's so out of place, man.
That's
hey, hip hop gamer.
That's Meek. That's
It's
Meek's mask,
time
man.
for you to wake up.
Word. But yo, man, I got mad stuff.
Where
man.
is Mika?
Like, you know what I'm saying? She at work right now. She ain't get home yet.
All right.
But,
All right, dude. Well,
yeah, man.
thanks for coming on. It's been good. Classic Warzone,
Yeah,
just like we
great,
used
man.
to do
Classic. You know it.
Everybody's like,
What-
oh,
what's
shit,
the
there's
chat
a
saying?
Warzone tonight.
What's the chat saying?
I don't know. My phone died, so I have to go. I have to get back to it. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But so this is 399. One more show to go.
Yeah.
So
I'll be on the 400.
I will schedule it and let everybody know when 400 is going to be. It will probably be the end of this month, but let me get my stuff together here. I got a lot going on. Let me get my stuff together, and then I'll schedule it out. Get all the guests prepared and the prizes that I'm giving away. So it's going to be cool. So thank you, Hip Hop, for everything. And
all love, man.
thank everybody for listening on this beautiful Wednesday night. Little surprise Warzone. And I'll see you guys on that last show. Peace out.